Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we crack open corporate filings to see if they are brewing up success or a big old fizzle. Today we are diving into Gold Resource Corporation's latest report where they spill the beans on their third quarter performance. Get ready because sometimes the numbers tell a story you might not expect. So stick around to find out what Gold Resource Corporation is really cooking up. Alright, so what we have here is a Form 8K filing from Gold Resource Corporation, which is basically a company's way of telling the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC for short, about something important that just happened. Think of it like a company's public diary entry for major events. This particular report is dated the 4th of November, 2025. Now, the main reason Gold Resource Corporation had to file this 8K is to announce their production and their unaudited financial results for the third quarter of this year. So this is all about how they've been doing financially and with their operations. The juicy part of this filing, the stuff that really tells us how the company is doing, is found under item 2.02, which covers their results of operations and financial condition. Basically, they are reporting on how much money they made, how much they spent, and what kind of shape their business is in. They issued a news release on the 4th of November 2025, which is attached to this report as Exhibit 99.1. This news release is where all the key financial details are usually found. While the actual financial tables from that news release aren't directly in this 8 document itself, the report explicitly states that the news release contains their production and unaudited financial results for the third quarter of 2025. So we have to assume that the news release, which is included as an exhibit, is packed with the numbers that matter. For a company like Gold Resource Corporation, their financial results are all about production numbers and how those translate into revenue and profit. Are they mining more gold? Are their costs going up or down? And ultimately, is the business making money? These are the questions we want answered. Gold Resource Corporation stock is traded on the NYSE American under the ticker symbol GORO. This means their shares are available for you and me, or any investor, to buy and sell on a major stock exchange. When we look at their financial results, we are essentially looking at the health of the underlying business that their stock represents. Now, let's think about what this means for investors and anyone keeping an eye on Gold Resource Corporation. An 8K filing, especially one focused on financial results, is a crucial signal. It tells us whether the company is meeting expectations, exceeding them, or perhaps falling short. For production companies like this, consistent and growing production, coupled with controlled costs, leads to better financial performance. If their production numbers are strong, you'd expect to see a positive impact on their revenue and earnings. Conversely, if production falters or costs skyrocket, that is a red flag that could mean trouble for the stock price and the company's future. Since this filing is just the announcement of their quarterly results, we would typically expect to see details around things like the total amount of gold and other metals they produced during the quarter, the average selling prices for those metals, and their operational costs per ounce or per ton. These figures are the bedrock of their financial performance. For instance, if their cost of extracting gold went up significantly, even if they produced more, their profits could be squeezed. On the flip side, if they manage to increase production while keeping costs steady or even reducing them, that is a sign of excellent operational efficiency and a big win for shareholders. It is also important to remember these are unaudited results. That just means they have not been fully checked and approved by an independent auditor yet. Audited results usually come out later in their more comprehensive quarterly 10Q or annual 10K filings. But for a quick update, these unaudited numbers give us a solid idea of where things stand. Considering Gold Resource Corporation operates in the mining sector, external factors play a huge role. The global price of gold, for example, can dramatically impact their revenue, regardless of how efficiently they mine. Geopolitical events, shifts in supply and demand, and economic forecasts all influence gold prices. So even if Gold Resource Corporation is doing everything right operationally, a sharp drop in gold prices could still put a dent in their financial results. It's a balancing act between internal performance and external market forces. What I am particularly interested in is how their production figures from this quarter stack up against previous quarters and against what analysts might have been expecting. Are they hitting their production targets? Are their financial results translating into profitability? Or are they still in a growth phase where they are reinvesting heavily? Analyzing these trends over time gives us a much clearer picture of the company's trajectory. A consistently improving performance is a strong positive, while a downward spiral, even if explained away by market conditions, warrants serious caution. We also need to consider the company's strategy. Are they focused on increasing production volume, improving the grade of ore they are mining, or perhaps exploring new deposits? The financial results we see in this report should align with and reflect the success of their stated business strategy. If they say they are focused on efficiency, we should see those cost numbers moving in the right direction. If they are expanding, we should see corresponding investments, and hopefully increased output. In the end, this 8K filing, by announcing their third quarter results, provides a snapshot of Gold Resource Corporation's current health. It is the company's public statement to the market about their performance. For any investor, understanding these numbers is key to making informed decisions. Are they on a path to increased profitability and shareholder value? Or are there underlying issues that need closer examination? Based on this type of announcement, we can start to form an opinion about the company's direction. We need to see the actual numbers to give a definitive view, but the fact they are reporting is a good start. Gold Resource Corporation appears to be actively communicating its performance. While we don't have the specific figures here in this 8K itself, the filing acts as a gateway to that crucial information within the news release. So, what is my take on this? Well, without the actual financial data from the news release, it is hard to give a definitive verdict. But this filing tells us that Gold Resource Corporation is being transparent about its third quarter performance. This is generally a good sign for investors who value clear communication. The key going forward will be to examine those production and financial results detailed in the accompanying news release. We'll be looking for signs of strong operational execution, effective cost management, and a positive impact from the prevailing market prices for gold and other resources. Are they growing their output and their profits consistently? If so, this could signal continued strength. If not, we'll need to dig deeper into the reasons why, whether it is internal operational challenges or external market headwinds. Alright, that is our initial look at this Gold Resource Corporation 8K filing. What is your take on these announcements and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.